If you're single, then this quick video summary is going to give you hope. It's going to be brutal reality, but it's also going to give you a little bit of hope, so listen up. Look, I've been obsessed with artificial intelligence for at least a year, and it's going to change a lot of things up when it comes to modern intimacy. The bad is that people are going to be unemployed. But the good is that the government has to give subsidies like universal basic income, or literally everyone will be homeless and violent, right? So kind of like the COVID lockdowns, there needs to be subsidies from the government, and it needs to be more than the bare minimum. So what does that mean? Okay, so that is kind of bad, kind of good. So then what's going to happen to society? Well, basically, people are going to have a little less financial anxiety. There'll be other people who are like more rich, but that's a different story, right? There'll still be tears, but the people who are poor with the financial anxiety, that will be a lot more relieved, right? So let's say the middle class. And people will have more time. Because people have more time, what's one thing that they're going to want to do? They're going to want to find companionship. They're going to want to date. They're going to want to explore intimacy, maybe good, casual, serious, whatever. It depends on the person, but there's going to be more time to go into that. Because most people are unemployed, they will now go out for dates more during the daytime. So what does that mean? That means cheaper dates, because things are still going to be expensive, at least for the next couple of years, right? So that means instead of going to expensive restaurants and buying all this alcohol, which still might happen, but it's going to happen a lot less, or at least it's not going to be forced to happen now anymore due to cultural norms and work hours. So dates are going to be cheaper in the sense that there's going to be more sobriety introduced. They're going to happen more in the daytime. There's going to be more hikes, more like walking around, more like, going to malls, like if the weather is good, going to parks, things like that. So there is basically opportunity for things to be more authentic because there's less alcohol, and also cheaper because things are happening less at night with alcohol. This is not for everybody. This is not a must, but I promise you many people are going to take that approach when it comes to this next phase of life. The next thing is pretty bad, but I don't think there's any way to get around it, and it's already happening, and that's surveillance. Everything on our phone, our computers, completely gonna be seen, and it's already happening, just not transparent right now. And I mean like our personal notes, I mean chat history, I mean email, I mean incognito mode, I mean dating app preferences, I mean intimate preferences, I mean everything. So, there's lots of negative things. We can complain about that. We'll save that for another video. But if I want to try to find some good, in that chaos, it would be that the dating apps have that information too. It's going to be hard, but we need to be responsible. If there's things that we really want to keep private, we shouldn't be like posting that there. Not bad things, but just private things, like don't send nudes to people. The dating apps are going to have all that information, and they're going to use that to matchmake you with the people that they think you will have the most in common with. Because we know that lasting relationships, they happen more due to commonalities rather than differences. So the dating app's going to be able to do that. Now, here's the thing. There's still going to be a problem. It's going to be a big problem, but it's going to be a better problem than there is now. There's a saying that it's like success and happiness is about the quality of problems you have in your life. So there'll always be problems, but you want better problems, right? So instead of a problem of I can't meet anyone, I'm not meeting the kind of people that are on the same page as me, people want different things than me, there's not attraction, all those kind of like problems that are like step one problems. Okay, the problems will be more about step two, and that will be like good options. So what's going to happen with these apps is it's pretty interesting. It's pretty amazing and scary at the same time. So there's going to be scores. So there's going to be compatibility scores, right? So this is not going to be like now there's so many different apps. Most of us are just going to be on like one app, and whoever is going to own that, maybe Meta, however that's going to work, but there's going to be that one app. And basically we're going to get scores. So it's going to be like, hey, your compatibility score is 90% with someone in like Germany. And then it's like, do you even want that information? You might have to pay for that. But if you want the local information, you're actually like 85% with someone in your city. And maybe you're like 92% with someone in your country. And maybe you don't have the means to get around, or it's not convenient, whatever the case. You're like, who is the closest person to me with the highest compatibility score? And that goes both ways. It's like, hey, you're actually 72% with someone who's like a 30-minute walk from you. Right? So you're going to meet a lot more people who are on the same page as you, which is amazing. But what's also going to happen is people are going to get way more picky And they're gonna be like, I'm meeting way better people. Before I was meeting like nobody or like 20% compatibility, kind of wasting my time. Now I'm meeting like 70%, 75%, maybe even 80%. But then the problem is that we can always do better. So that is a problem. I don't have the solution for that in this video. I'm trying to make short videos. I already failed. This is supposed to be less than a minute, so that's out the window. But have hope about that. This was one of those updates where there was kind of good, there was kind of bad. There was a lot of bombshells that I kind of dropped. I would love to know your opinion on this. The world is changing so much, and there's so much fear around AI. And I'm not saying things are going to be perfect, but I am saying that artificial intelligence is going to help us to create more authentic romantic relationships with the people around us. And it is going to be based on some like hidden truths and some of the vulnerable parts of us on our phone and things like that. So it's I'm rambling now. So it's like privacy down, society kind of everywhere, authentic relationships up, but pickiness also up. So what are your thoughts? Are you hopeful? Are you upset? Are you annoyed? Are you done with dating? Are you happy you are done with dating and you found someone? Or what do you think is going to happen? What are your thoughts? Talk to me.